Hey, hi there, all you renewers. I say renew because this is the Green Man Kachina that I've created out of the Voyager cards and the Sustain Yourself Green Wisdom cards. Put together the Kachina, which is the spirit dance, and the spirit dance for the Green Man and for greening ourselves and greening our earth, because it's all about the ability to renew, to be renewable, and to follow nature's principles for regeneration, because nature knows how. And the Green Man is the human representation of this green, renewable nature, which Earth has done for 2.5 billion years. So if there's ever a role model, a mentor, a teacher for how to stay renewable, hey, it is nature. And so we have this Kachina, which again is a spirit dance to honor and celebrate the spirit, in this case, the spirit of the legendary, iconic Green Man, who is symbol of spring and the ever-renewing spring. But in this map, actually, this is Kachina is a map, a Green Man map of how to stay renewable. And renewability is so important to today's life because, number one, we live a long, long life now. We're not going to croak at 50 like we did 100 years ago. We got to keep going and how to do that. And for those of you who are thinking of retiring, forget it. It's about refiring. And these give you the Green Man, and this Kachina gives you the principles for staying renewable. And for all you aging boomers, this is about the ability to reboom, boom, boom, to reboom your life. And for all you younger folk, you millennial types, this is about the ability to just keep going, to recreate, reimagine, re-innovate, because you are going to have lots of change, and how to stay up with change and keep creating your life. It takes a lot of the renew abilities. And for those of you who might have had some downtimes in life, financially and personally, in relationships, it's all about learning how to recover and rebound and repurpose and restart. It's all about renewability. We are the regeneration. The regeneration. We must, this is the critical skill of the 21st century, how to stay regenerative for many, many, many reasons. And if you don't, you're toast. You will lose out and not live the fulfilling life that you want. Now, this is fun. It's green. It's alive. So let's go check out the principles in this Green Man Kachina, how you do that. So I'm walking up here to the very headdress of the Green Man Kachina. I love his green head there. And all Kachinas come from the Great Spirit, the creative life force. So we are created from the life force to be creative. And we know the life force is something that goes and goes. It's that infinite, invisible, mysterious self. And we are a product of that. So instinctively, we do know how to stay adaptive, to stay regenerative. But the most important thing to begin with, and that's why we go to the crown chakra here, or the headdress of the Green Man, is we go to the light from the Voyager deck, this little teeny card called Illumination. Illumination is we are a product of the creative life force. The light comes through us. And then like these fabulous redwood trees here from the Sustain Yourself deck, it's called apotheosis. Apotheosis is about us living our destiny, knowing who we are and why we are, what we are meant to be doing with our life. You know, everything in nature, except for us humans, know exactly who they are and what they're supposed to do. Like these redwood trees, they know they are supposed to grow to the light as high and as grand as they can. And we humans need to know the same thing. We are here to know who we are and to be all that we are and all that we are meant to be. So the greatest quest and questions of life is, who am I and why am I here? That is the great hero's journey, looking for that. And once you know your life purpose, like the green man down here and like these fabulous redwoods and all life forms in nature, once you know your destiny, your path to reach your highest expression of yourself, your apotheosis, you have the life force on your side. You have what we call the future pull. You are naturally pulled to the highest expression of yourself, like these redwood trees. There is a life force, a pulse within that takes you on your journey to your apotheosis. Once we are connected and we are aware of our personal destiny through this life force, we've got it made. Of course, you have to keep doing and keep going. But really, now life becomes so much more fulfilling and so much easier. I love this algae card down here. You know, it's that green slime. They go, oh, it's so slimy. Well, get over it. Green algae was the first plant on Earth. And it was able to do that because it learned how to use the power and the light of the sun. Green algae was the first plant that knew how to do photosynthesis, eat the sun. The sun is the ultimate renewable energy. Don't tell me about coal, please. How about the sun? The ultimate synergy for the renewability. So we come down from the life force to this other part of ourself, and this is the medicine wheel. In ancient Native American traditions where you have the Kachina dance, they also do the dance of the medicine man, medicine woman, the shaman, because once you live in the green, like green man here, and you're constantly greening and regreening yourself, renewing yourself, you are healing yourself. You are taking the medicine, in this case, the medicine of the elements. Nature's elements live naturally. And so the first element up here we see are the clouds or the air and the sky, called manifestation, because it's out of this thinking brain, our airy mind. New ideas fly in, and from that we are able to manifest new clouds, symbols of our productivity and our creation. But all of that is triggered by the fire. This is the volcano here, the inner drive of the spirit to live and live on. You know, it's so important to have meaning in life and mastery in life and all of that, but it's ultimately all about the inner fire, the enthusiasm for life, the love for life, and the aliveness to live fully alive. And when you begin to synergize the four elements, wow, you are a powerhouse. And then from the air and the fire, we go over here to the waves, to the ocean of emotion here. The power of the ocean, representative of our feelings, our motivation. And if you live motivated, you are emotivated to move. Emotion takes us into motion and keeps us in motion. So follow those feelings. Don't overthink and block them. And then we apply our airy mind, our fiery spirit, our heart of emotion, the ocean of emotion, water down to the great rock, the rock that we live on here called Earth, this stone that we see. And this is the earth body and the earth world that we live in. So it's applying, like Green Man, the mind, the heart, the body, and the spirit, the air, the water, the fire, and the earth to come together to create our lives, to create this earth, to create our life. And that is the medicine of wholeness Follow this medicine wheel to green yourself and green the world. Oh, and I love this green orb here that is fired up by the solar, by the sun. When I put it out in the light, it gets bright. And down here, we come from the higher self, the spirit, down to our face, our brain, our mindful awareness. I love these two eyes here behind the mother goddess of all creation. And this is like Green Man to stay ever renewable. Follow the 4 seasons. Live naturally like the seasons. So here we have the winter. This is from the Voyager cards. This is about taking time out, maybe sleeping, maybe going within to your inner voice, your intuition, to plan and think and plot your next move, and take time out to rest and restore, to restore yourself completely. And once we've moved from the winter, we go straight to the spring of commencement here, the 4 of worlds, where we plant the plan. We get going. We spent the winter time out for time in, and now we're ready to move out into the world to spring forth, constantly springing forth. And once we've started that, then we have to nurture what we've started. The 3 of worlds, this Mother Goddess Empress card, to protect what we've created, to defend what we've created, and to keep guarding it with love and with compassion and with creativity, to keep our productions going and going and going, because we are here to, like this abundant earth, create abundance in our life. That is for sure. And so we start things, we think about things, we nurture things, and then we harvest it all. The completion card, the 9 of worlds, the 9 full moons, to get our work done, and ultimately to regenerate yourself again and again and again. It's stay mindful about living seasonally in order to harvest yourself. Harvest yourself. And that's what this greening is all about. It's greening you, sustaining you, so you are good to go for the complete journey of life. So stay mindful of the 4 seasons in you. And once we've done that, we are down here as the Green Man and even the Green Goddess to be the guardian. Standing in front of the eucalyptus, the Green Man is here to defend, to make sure all the life that we have created again and again does not get contaminated, poisoned, wasted, and depleted. So here we are as Green Man to protect Turtle Island, the Native American word for our beautiful blue earth. So we are here not to defile or debase or denigrate the nature of our natural earth environment. And to protect the weather, to protect the climate here. We are in charge with this responsibility to make sure we don't screw it up with contamination and all sorts of noxious gases that we put into the air. And we are here to defend and protect the jungles, the green of the world, and even the frogs that are here, to protect all animals and all babies. We are here to guard the future, to live for the posterity, to think ahead for the long term, and not just think of the instant gratification, but to really be thinking of our progeny and the continuation of humankind and of all nature kind and of this fabulous earth that we are here. Because we are the mother of creation, and like the mother, totally protecting her babies and the grasslands, not messing up the grasslands with all sorts of chemical pesticides and all the rest that kill the grasses and kill us eventually as it gets into all our food, and certainly not to contaminate our rivers and the great oceans and all the water supply. The most valuable element that we have is water. Nothing can live on Earth without water. And ultimately, we protect our food source because we are what we eat. If we're eating poison, we are poisonous. And that goes back to our soil. What do we put in the soil? How do we take care of the soil? You know, that's what the charge that we have in our world as the green man, to protect and defend. So now we are fully on the green path. We move down to the legs here, the legs of the green man, Kachina. And so we are on this green path, the green road. And this is how we live on the earth. That's what the legs represent, is our earth. So we go back to our feet. Down at the bottom of our legs are the roots. The roots. Because the way to stay ever renewing is to go back to our roots, which is where we've come from as nature. We are nature, even though we seem to forget that and disconnect. And following these principles of the green man in nature, we are the mountain. We can create a magnificent edifice, a mountain called Earth. And to go to the top of the mountain, because we all have a dream, and to live the dream, we must have the energy, like the volcanic fire energy, the inner drive to live and keep living. And out of that, we again are the mother, father of all creation that is here. So with our groundedness legs on the green path, and with the heart here of defending all of the nature and world we live in, and moving up to our mindful mind to live seasonally, and with the left arm of the feminine here, all the goddesses from Voyager, to be receptive to receive the abundance that the world has naturally given us. And once we receive that abundance, live naturally, live seasonally, live elementally, then we go out to the masculine side of the putting out of what we receive. So we take in, we put out, we live according to the ever-present polarity of the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the projective and the receptive, in order to live in balance. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I love this green Kachina in celebration of the green man, the dance of the green man. And this is the map. This is the map of life. Okay, you seekers, you sages, you seers, here it is. But it's always a dance. So don't forget to get these natural, vital principles of life within you, and make sure you dance to them, you create with them, and you enjoy the beauty of this dance of aliveness forever. Goodbye.